This conference will now be recorded.
So hi, Rafael. Thanks so much for taking the time to share a few thoughts on what you do with Roboy and how we basically work together, what you achieved with it as well, and who you recommend to basically talk to us as well. So could you first of all share maybe like a few things about Roboy and what you're doing and go to market there?
So Roboy is basically a moonshot with a very big vision. We try to build robots that at some place in the future will replace our bodies so we can live indefinitely. It's basically robot avatars that we can become. Of course, this is nothing you can just fund in any way, so we need sort of intermediate steps that make sense. So in the last 7 years, we have been building humanoid robots, and we've now developed a telepresence solution where we believe there is a marketable product behind it, and this is why we started working with Manuel to actually start being able to fund this going to market.
Yeah, very interesting. And could you tell us a bit more like about some of the companies you have worked together and why have they actually become customers of Roboy? How have you acquired them?
Yeah, so like one of our long-term customers is Infineon. We've been using their technologies in the robot, and we were pretty good in making it a very interesting story at fairs for them to basically tell how their technology can be used in the future and make it more tangible, because I mean chips are something that's very theoretical.
Yeah.
And then for others, it's more about like outreach and using it as a strategic marketing effort, basically tell stories around the future technology and how this will impact our daily lives.
Yeah, makes sense. And talking about outreach and kind of tangible results, like what specific thing was the thing that kind of you learned most over the last like 46 months working with us?
I think the one thing that I really had to learn is it's a thing that takes time and needs doing. It's not like there's one secret button, you press it and it works automatically. It's work, but it's also exciting to do it and see the relationships grow.
Yeah. And what's kind of a tangible outcome? What did you most appreciate about our collaboration as well? And you really see like this is where I got the most value from.
Well, I think what is really good is like, so I mean, I'm coming from a tech background, so like the whole world of things you could be doing in sales was sort of a bit foreign. And what was really great is sort of the breadth of things we looked into, like, and that we sort of were tailoring it to the current needs. Like we had an event, so we looked more about finding the right people to come to this event, but then it was also defining who our customers were and so on. So it's really the breadth of things that, yeah, I think make this so valuable. And then also having the opportunity to have some to play this to play ping pong with someone who has experience.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thanks. We appreciate that. Tremendous fun, like working with you on all the variety of like creative sales initiatives, so to say. Could you tell a bit more about like an example of how we tailored this? Because we actually get some founders who reach out and it's like, oh, I'm anxious about this. It's just some seller trading, spin selling, and it's like a very specific, like one size fits all program.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most tailored thing is sort of we're in the preparation for the unveiling of our new robot, where we really looked into like how do we reach the right people, then looked into using a new tool I didn't know before, Interseller, how to approach them and sort of streamline the process so it's not a manual sending out emails, but also like what is it that we want to write to these, how do we target them, what is a good email, like how do you, what is from your experience also, like how do you formulate it such that it actually converts. So really going the whole process along, and I think this is sort of the big difference between like a one-off standard thing that you could do as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, really fun like going through that whole process, which is somewhat kind of, it can be linear, but it needs to be tailored to people's individual needs, I find.
Definitely. I mean, it's also, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So who do you think could also really benefit from working with us? Like you having more of a technical background, being in hardware, but who would you recommend this to?
So I think everyone who's willing, like who just like kind of starts to sell, maybe doesn't have a perfect like going to market and sales strategy yet, and needs to sort of establish it, and then also start executing it, combining it with marketing, all these endeavors that you kind of need to do it as a startup, but you don't necessarily know exactly how to approach it. I think this is really like where the sort of the sweet spot to start is, like when you just start
Cool.
selling. I mean, that's very much for us.
Yeah, interesting. And is there anything else you'd like to share, like on SalesPlaybook, on Roboy, on something that you just like looking forward in 2021 as well?
Yeah, I mean, so I think one thing that is also super valuable for me, because I mean, I'm a single founder, and because of that, traveling a lot, and we had some less ideal situations where I was in the train, and it was really good that you can have the flexibility to just like bear with this, and sort of where like still super positive, and I think this constant positivity is super valuable.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate that, trying to keep it up. So also it's a bit of a motivation sometimes for founders. I was like, hey, this thing takes time, but it's totally worth it, and they get some results out of it.
Definitely.
Cool. Well,
Perfect.
thanks so much for sharing, and really looking forward to further collaborating.
Thank you. Same on my side.
Thank you.